Hey everybody, I'm Hugh Brownstone for Three Blind Men and an Elephant, and today in my continuing quest to find the smallest, lightest, simplest, and optically and functionally least compromised kit I can, I'm going to compare the new Aputure Amaran AL-MW to our current go-to on-camera light, the Luxli Viola. They're both really good. I know that's not sexy, particularly deep, or readily clickbaitable, but the reality is they represent a different set of trade-offs that will appeal to different people. Both are high quality, well built and finished, relatively small and lightweight, fully dimmable LEDs. Both offer 1/4 20 threaded sockets. Both offer special effects, which for our purposes, talking head videos at dawn, dusk, night, or where indoor light is especially tricky, is irrelevant. The differences are not enormous, but they are more significant. The Luxli offers twice the output, hold that thought, thrice the diffused surface area, and greater flexibility not only as a full-on RGB light with variable color temperature between 3000 and 10,000 Kelvin, but it uses an interchangeable industry-standard Sony NP-style battery, which at 100% power lasted more than twice as long, at 2 hours and 22 minutes, as the Aputure, which lasted just an hour to the minute. The Viola can also be controlled via their Conductor app through Bluetooth, available for iOS and Android, and I really like that. The Aputure clearly is smaller and lighter, less than half the size with diffuser, and 3/4 the weight, 280 grams versus 360 grams, more robust, comes with a built-in interchangeable lithium-ion battery that can be supplemented with an external battery pack via the included USB-C cable, and is significantly more dust and water resistant, as in an IP68 rating. In fact, Aputure says that you can take it down to 33 feet underwater. Did you find the Amaran?
Did you check in your pockets?
Oh, never mind. I found it. While it's a 5600K only unit, it comes with a series of CTO and CTB gels that give you options for matching ambient lighting conditions. Hold that thought. Clearly, your use case or cases will determine which offers the greater appeal, as the prices are not far enough apart to be meaningful. The Luxli with diffuser is currently on sale at $180. The AL-MW is $209. So, as I said earlier, our use case is actually the smallest, lightest, fastest setup and takedown handheld rig with onboard lighting sufficient to serve as an adequate fill against a properly exposed dawn, dusk, night ambient, or low lit interior. Our primary configuration consists of sliding the light into the cold shoe atop our Panasonic XLR mic adapter with a pair of Sennheiser AVX receivers, which in turn sit atop our GH5. The beauty of this setup is that it eliminates the need for a cage, allowing us to move incredibly quickly and lightly between video and stills. With Claudia's steady hand and the GH5's outstanding in-body image stabilization, including the astounding tripod mode, it really is an unbeatable combination for location shooting. Great for trade show floor interviews or on-the-street A-roll, or something like our Good World Gone Bad series. Under these scenarios, some of the Luxli's advantages diminish in the face of the Aputure's strengths. Smaller size and lighter weight trump up to one stop of additional brightness. Reality trumps the differences in diffuser surface area, because neither one is going to be confused with an octabox. Weather sealing is not a huge issue for us, though it does give us options. And Claudia's 11-minute handheld record on the GH5, achieved at Photokina last year, means differences in battery capacity matter less. Our view is that no interview or preamble of this kind should last any longer than she can hold the camera, because carrying a tripod around all day is tedious, just not into it. And in fact, I can't recall a case where we did run longer. In those instances where we might do 15 interviews in a single day, which by the way, we've never actually done either. She can offload the weight of a USB power block to her pocket, where she can run a cable up to the aperture. Even though she could just as easily carry a spare NP battery for the Luxli, there is an advantage to carrying less weight atop the GH5. As I just alluded, differences in brightness and spread ebb away at real-world distances between 0.5 and 2 meters. In fact, neither light needed to output 100% for our two-person close-up example to get a reasonable exposure in our darkened studio. At 3 meters from a white seamless paper background, both lights showed about the same fall-off, which is to say minimal across a width of 9 feet, more than adequate to any task to which we might subject either one. The meter differences between the two at 100% power were actually 2/3 of a stop from 10,000 Kelvin down to 4750, just 1/3 of a stop from 4700 to 3000, which is interesting. I have no explanation for why, in each instance to the Luxli's advantage. Of course, the fairest comparison would be to use gels in front of the AL-MW to adjust color temperature, which I confess I didn't do, my bad, but it's just not a huge difference. What was surprising is that Aputure's silicone diffuser changed the color temperature of the AL-MW quite noticeably, while neither the Luxli's diffuser nor the Aputure's own half-stop diffuser did. Not a deal breaker, though still surprising, especially because Aputure places a great deal of emphasis on their light's color accuracy, and they're good. All of which leaves us where, exactly? Well, if your number one priority is weather resistance, actual water resistance down to 10 meters, the Aputure is your choice. Ditto if you prioritize size and weight, or build quality over everything else. Otherwise, the Luxli Viola remains the more flexible and nominally more powerful of the two, and as I said earlier, at just $30 difference between them, price doesn't really enter the equation. Unless you don't have extra NP-style batteries, and then one's choice might skew back toward the Aputure, although really I think it's a toss-up. The ultimate irony is that none of this mattered when I brought both of them last time we went out on location. What mattered is that I forgot to pack a battery for the Luxli. This made the Aputure my only option at that particular point. It saved my bacon while filming Evan Blaze Walsh of the Four Freedoms Collective at the International Center of Photography. What can I say? Fewer moving parts, fewer things to remember. As that great Shakespearean philosopher Clint Eastwood, playing Dirty Harry Callahan, once said, "A man has to know his limitations. For that reason alone, the king is dead, long live the king." The AL-MW is our new go-to for on-camera lighting. If you like what you've seen here today, please give a thumbs up, subscribe, join the conversation below. You guys continue to be just incredible, knowledgeable, inspiring, funny. I mean, you're a joy, truly. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Grab one or both of our new Hold That Thought t-shirts you wanted us to put up at our new 3BMEPthreadless.com store. Support our work by using our affiliate links down below in the show notes, dropping us coffee money via our PayPal link down below in the show notes, or even better than that, we invite you to become a patron of our work over at Patreon. Link down below. We've created our Patreon page because we are stoked to bring you not only gear reviews, but with our What Were You Thinking and Good World Gone Bad series, historical, educational, artistic morsels, and longer form conversations, not interviews, with world-class photographers, curators, gallery owners, keepers of the legacy, folks like Elliot Irwitt, Anya Sear, Mark Lubell, Ethylene Staley, and friends like Brian Smith, Paul Giroux, Nino Rakicevic, and more. We'd really like you to join us to deliver this kind of content regularly. Your support on Patreon will really help us ramp it up. In which case, as always, we thank you for it. That's it. For Three Blind Men and an Elephant, I'm Hugh Brownstone. See you next time.